Happy Friday, everybody. I hope your week is coming to a good close. Today we're going to be picking up where we left off yesterday in Exodus chapter 33, starting verse 7. So if you got a Bible, go ahead and start turning there. Yesterday we talked about God removing his presence as a consequence for Israel's sins. When they bow down and they make a calf, a golden calf, and they worship that calf, as that is idolatry. And so God punishes them by telling them that he's going to send them where they're supposed to go, but he's not going with them. He's going to remove his presence. But today we're going to witness God having mercy on his people as Moses pleads with him as a friend. And so that's where we're going to pick up in Exodus chapter 33. I'm going to do a good bit of reading, so just bear with me. Starting in verse 7. Now Moses used to take the tent and pitch it outside the camp, a good distance from the camp, and he called it the tent of meeting. And everyone who sought the Lord would go out to the tent of meeting which was outside the camp. And it came about, whenever Moses went out to the tent, that all the people would arise and stand, each at the entrance of his tent, and gaze after Moses until he entered the tent. Whenever Moses entered the tent, the pillar of cloud would descend and stand at the entrance of the tent, and the Lord would speak with Moses. When all the people saw the pillar of cloud standing at the entrance of the tent, all the people would arise and worship, each at the entrance of his tent. Thus the Lord used to speak to Moses face to face, just as a man speaks to his friend. When Moses returned to the camp, his servant Joshua, the son of Nun, a young man, would not depart from the tent. Then Moses said to the Lord, "See, you say to me, bring up this people. But you yourself have not let me know whom you will send with me. Moreover, you have said, I have known you by name, and you have also found favor in my sight. Now therefore, I pray you, if I have found favor in your sight, let me know your ways that I may know you, so that I may find favor in your sight. Consider too that this nation is your people." And he said, "My presence shall go with you, and I will give you rest." Then he said to him, "If your presence does not go with us, do not lead us up from here. For how then can it be known that I have found favor in your sight, I and your people? Is it not by your going with us, so that we, I and your people, may be distinguished from all the other people who are upon the face of the earth?" The Lord said to Moses, "I will also do this thing of which you have spoken, for you have found favor in my sight, and I have known you by name." Then Moses said, "I pray you, show me your glory." And he said, "I myself will make all my goodness pass before you, and I will proclaim the name of the Lord before you. And I will be gracious to whom I will be gracious, and I will show compassion on whom I will show compassion." But he said, "You cannot see my face, for no man can see me and live." Then the Lord said, "Behold, there is a place by me, and you shall stand there on the rock. And it will come about, while my glory is passing by, that I will put you in the cleft of the rock and cover you with my hand until I have passed by. Then I will take my hand away, and you shall see my back, but my face shall not be seen." So we see this idea, this moment where Moses is pleading with God as a friend. We get the context that Moses used to talk with the Lord face to face. And Moses is pleading with God as a friend for God's presence to go with them. You see, Moses' heart's desire was to know God personally. Our relationship with God, our Father, our Heavenly Father, is the greatest gift that we have ever received. And Moses realized that. And he pleaded with God that no matter where he went, I'm not going to go without your presence. I don't want to go without your presence. And so my prayer for us is that, like Moses, that we would determine not to make a single move without God, letting him guide us every step of the way.